Hi, this is Parvathy.
And I'm Irrfan, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama
With Faridun.
Well, the movie name is Qarib, Singlle. The promos are really hip and happening, and we have with us the star cast, Irrfan Khan and Parvathy. Irrfan Khan is extremely happy that Parvathy is finally joining him for the promotions. First of all, pleasure having you guys back on BollywoodHungama.
Yeah.
You for the very first time.
For the very first time.
And Irrfan bhai has been saying wonderful things about you when you were not here.
And he's a peach, like his shirt.
All right, so he's glad that you finally joined the promotions part of it. So why were you not just joining him? And he was heartbroken.
Oh, no.
Kolkata and everywhere.
No, I had work commitments, but couple हैं तो relationship में समझ जाएंगे. Like you know, थोड़ा ऐसा होता है कभी-कभार उनको maintain करना पड़ेगा.
Right.
पूरा काम. Then I'll come join, and then I'll do stuff, and then he'll have to join later.
Right.
So there's a good understanding between us at this point.
Right, no, absolutely. Irrfan,
I'm happy that she came at the right time, and वो इंतजार भी मतलब कभी-कभी अच्छा लगता है.
No, absolutely. Irrfan bhai, in fact, I must tell you that we were talking about Hindi medium a short while back. We were talking about Qarib Singlle, but I have to share one thing about Hindi medium that जो आपकी कैफियत थी जब आपके ऊपर डोमिनेशन होता है सबा खमर का, बहुत से मर्दों ने, शादीशुदा मर्दों ने बड़ा आइडेंटिफाई किया, यार ये बिल्कुल सच्चाई है इसके अंदर, आदमी उफ नहीं कर सकता है, जो है तो उसको एक्सेप्ट करना है. सो अभी यहाँ पर भी फेमिनिज्म की बात है. इनफैक्ट शी टॉक्स अबाउट द फैक्ट दैट शी विल पे हर ओन बिल्स, एंड यू सेड दैट यू लाइक दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ फेमिनिज्म एज वेल. सो व्हाट आर योर व्यूज?
Yeah, he's a character which is not. उसने एक चीज़ें कल्टिवेट नहीं की है. इट्स हिज इंस्टिंक्ट. जो थोड़ी प्रोग्रेसिव चीज़ें वो अपने आप पकड़ता है. एंड यू नो ही इज अ सॉर्ट ऑफ इम्प्रोवाइजर. चीज़ें इम्प्रोवाइज करता है. एंड देयर इज अ काइंड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग विच इज़ फैसिनेटिंग. द काइंड ऑफ सेंसिबिलिटी ही कैरीज. He looks like, you know, he's from a not educated guy, but he has a strange kind of understanding and sensibility which is fascinating. So he likes women who are independent, and he loves it. And although, you know, women will not trust or believe him when he's saying it, because looks like does he mean it, or he's just saying it for some other reasons?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But he likes to see a independent woman, and that's what I think attracts, because we were discussing for a long time, you know, what is it that Yogi finds fascinating about this girl? You know, and it's her, you know, the way she's out of joint, you know, she's little somewhere she's not with times, and there's a kind of purity she carries with it, and that fascinates him. He could see her that she's caged. There's a kind of possibility of beautiful life in her, and I don't think he can vocalize that, but there's a kind of instinct in him which says, "Yaar, I need to explore this girl."
Okay, so how do you react when Irrfan Khan says that your character in the film, it is caged, and there are possibilities which he sees? Do you personally feel as well that maybe it's the way you're carrying yourself in the film? It's not the conventional heroine who's like who's wearing the most glamorous of clothes, and who's having all those adas and which are conventional Bollywood actresses are supposed to. Is that what he's trying to say, or is there something else?
No, there's definitely much more than that, because I think Jaya is representative of a lot of women we see on a day-to-day basis. She is not cut out to be a certain cardboard cutout of a figure that women aspire to be. She is the kind of figure or a representative one would relate to.
Right.
So she's on ground level with everyone. So that's the sort of character Tanuja and Ghazal have written. These two characters, both Jaya and Yogi, are people who are not so far-flung from reality. They are totally in the ground zero reality of life. So what happens with Jaya is that with all the freedom she's given to herself to create a life for herself and her family, her friends, somewhere she lost the sense of freeing herself and living a life and putting herself out there, taking chances. Those are things that kind of get discounted on when you're so focused on building a life which is practical for everyone. So she is kind of lost in the practicalities of life, which is what Yogi isn't. Like Yogi is someone जो जिंदगी का मज़ा जो है वो कहाँ से चखना है, कहाँ से लूटना है, इनको पता है. Like he's somebody like I mean, for the lack of a better example right now, हम जब बहुत favorite chewing gum खाते हैं, till the last moment you kind of keep chewing to get the last burst of flavor out.
Right.
He will not let go of life until he gets that last thing. So that's the sort of dynamics that clicks for both of them. Is that there's like a puzzle, they sort of fit. There are things that from a Jaya, like for example what he found in Jaya, Jaya finds in Yogi a sort of integrity, a sort of feminism that is very effortless. You don't need to teach a man. I mean, the most beautiful and the most attractive quality, according to me, in a man is that even he doesn't know that he's a feminist. You know, he doesn't know it. He's just is. That's just how he's being brought up. That's in his blood. You cannot teach a person that.
Okay.
You know, you can't do that. So that's I think the dynamics to go for.
Okay, now how do you look at this entire, since we're talking about the feminism part of it, there are all sorts of terminologies which are happening these days in terms of, which are, I think, correlated in a way with feminism. There's also something like feminazi, which is being said as well, that women, there are certain women who tend to have this thing that that men, anything that they do is like they have to be just pounced upon, and whatever, you know, in terms of expressing yourself as a feminist means that you have to deliberately do certain things to prove a certain point. Do you find that a bit odd?
See,
because
it's a risk.
Men are not necessarily like all men.
Definitely are, and I love men. But let's just get that straight on record.
That's a good headline.
I love men, women too, but I love men.
I love men
and women. I love human beings. Just go for that.
Okay.
No, I mean, just get to what you said. It's true. It's very risky to actually go for a word like feminism and not have it convoluted into feminazis and extremism. Like there is extremism in everything, in religion, in politics, and everything. So you can't really you can only dodge them. You cannot try and cancel them out from society. There are going to be so many kinds of people who are going to convolute it the way, either knowingly, purposefully, for their own gains, or just because of the way they've been brought up in the surroundings that they were brought up in. So some people are so violated that unfortunately the only way they can sort of find an equal space is by cancelling out another person's existence.
Yeah.
ठीक है, ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं. हमें ये नहीं कह सकते कि आपको ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. Unless and until I have gone through that person's life, I wouldn't know why that person is so aggressive.
Absolutely.
But what I can do as a person is that I can show what feminism really was meant to be when the suffragette and the bra burning and all happened. Feminism के बजाय अगर humanism डाल दिया होता तो ये कोई problem नहीं होता.
Absolutely.
So the fact that it has the word fem in it only sort of tilts it. It makes it a little off balance for some people. But if you really understand, it's actually just humanism termed as feminism. So I don't think there needs to be any need to like fear the fem part of it. Equality is something that can be easily achieved once you realize there is no war. There's just coexistence. Exactly. Very simple. So I think feminazi and all those risks will always be there, but at least by example we can show that at the end of the day, love is the answer for all.
Absolutely.
And you cannot become a complete or powerful woman cancelling out the man. That's what happens. Now what happened, now they are standing against each other. And then there is a comparison. And that's the most foolish thing in this today's time when you have so much of information. When you say that, the society has evolved, you cannot compare. They start comparing whether this is a weak gender or this is a strong gender, or you have to topple the other gender so that you get your own standing or your own space. You don't need, because both are special and both are incomplete without each other. Yeah. So you have that's where humanism comes. When you understand the importance of the other.
Absolutely.
Neither the man, neither the woman are the objects. They have to coexist and understand each other's importance, and you cannot really compare.
I have to say though, the risk is there are so many devices in the society and corporate or other unnecessary spaces where this is exploited. Like pitting one gender against the other provides beneficial for business.
Exactly.
And there we cannot really win. It's not all organic and
No, absolutely.
purely. So that's where we kind of lose it a bit.
If you see the physical, strength, okay, men is, but there are other factors with women. Men cannot even come close.
And there are many women who take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is, when this entire Me Too campaign was going on, it seemed that the men are like vultures, man. Fine, I'm sure that there are stories that needs to be unearthed.
Yeah.
But the way it was being discussed, it was like, man, it is like, then it becomes like slightly over. It became slightly.
Then people also start misusing.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many cases in police stations where there are false complaints that tend to take place, like blackmailing takes place.
I'd like to just put in a word regarding that, because I'm somebody who supported the #MeToo campaign.
No, I'm sure that's
okay.
No, that's absolutely okay, I know. But what I would say is that it's about saying कि हमारे देश में domestic abuse and rape is not illegal only because women could take advantage of that. So we have a majority of women who are being exploited and raped only so that just that 1% of कुछ भी हो जाए, अगर गलती से अगर crime के इसमें हो जाए, I think that's a risk that we should be able to sort of somehow negotiate in our country. Again, it's perception कि it was against men. Men have been exploited and they have been putting #MeToo too out there. And it's not really attacking anybody. It's the fact that when I put it out there, I got so many messages from women saying ki I put it and my family made me take it off. I put it but my boyfriend threatened me that he'd leave her. The fact that it's actually वो prestige का issue हो जाता है कि I don't want my woman to be known as somebody who's been touched or exploited. So the fact that you as a person are defined by only a gender and your personality, your integrity is not even seen. Your gender and what you are providing for your man or for your family becomes that is a very deep rooted societal conditioning which we are trying to break. So making noise suddenly seems the only way to catch attention. Otherwise everybody is very comfortable with how it has been going on. So yes, there are possibilities of things going overboard. Yes, but not talking about it is definitely not a way to go for it
absolutely.
either.
Sometimes what happens, you deflect by supporting these kind of things because on the grassroots level you're not changing anything.
Exactly.
You want the society to be male dominated, but you somehow show sympathy to these kind of causes and you deflect things.
Yeah,
Okay, something is
people do
happening. It's just to console that there's something is happening to empower women.
That's fake
But
too.
nothing is happening actually.
Absolutely.
It has to change.
Absolutely. Irrfan sir, you're having this, I think, a very interesting sort of pattern in a way, which is very interesting as well. That in terms of choosing your films, you're having this film like Hindi medium. You've had a Madari, which people absolutely freaked out on, and you're having this Qarib single that you're promoting, and you're promoting all these films in a wonderful manner, going all out. Now the interesting part is that you're the same guy who's having some big films in Hollywood, which do like say hundreds and 200 and much more dollar business over there as well. But the fact is that you are able to just place yourself in a context very accurately. There can be an approach कि यार मैं तो Hollywood में I'm just doing so well, मुझे यहाँ पर मैं तो promote करूँ भी ना करूँ मेरी तो picture चली जाएगी. But you're not having that approach. You're understanding the context of like a film that you're part of, and you are giving that requisite sort of support to it. Do you think that it's important to understand the context of whatever you're doing?
See, for me, it's very important that the kind of films I'm doing here, I want that space for myself. My film could give back money to the producer, so I can keep doing these films. I don't want to take credit. Whatever the film has done the business, it's not me. It's sometimes things fall in place. So I'm not delusional that it's my name which is bringing audience in, this and that. I'm just part of this process, and I love to do the kind of stories I believe in, or where I can I connect to the stories, or there is kind of resonance in those stories. So I'm just trying to maintain that space and expand it, so that I keep doing these kind of films, and that's why I promote. I know I'm not comfortable with the kind of promotion we do, it's again has become a formula. And my effort is to really understand how to reach out to audience and tell them that this is my film is coming and this is the trailer. Now it's up to you. You come and up to you to decide whether to come or not to come. And that's exactly the model I want to follow. And I haven't cracked it as yet. Right now, we are just doing publicity, in wholesale. Like, you're just doing everything, and that bores me, and it makes me feel like it's nonsense, it's useless. I don't want to over promise to the audience, and audience is intelligent enough. When they see the trailer, they know whether to watch this film or not.
Right.
I don't want to push them and say, this is a good film, this is the good film, come and watch it. They know whether the film is good or not. They can smell it. They are much more intelligent than us. Somehow I don't know how they smell the film, and they decide it. Yes, I do things in context, and I'm not delusional, and I don't want to be delusional. That's the most dangerous thing.
Absolutely.
Actually. And
Absolutely.
Sometimes you never know when you lose this instinct, and you become delusional, because we are in this field, and it can make you delusional every time. With 1,000 crore ka actor unji 2,000 crore ka actor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was in Alguna Film Festival recently in Egypt, and I saw a doob over there.
Okay.
Your Bangladeshi
Arey,
film.
yeah.
I spoke to your director as well,
Okay.
Mustafa, and so he learnt Bengali, and he spoke Bengali, and the director was saying that 3 mahine he just learnt the language, and he wanted to be perfect as far as the intonations and everything is concerned, which was wonderful, and very nice film as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and now when you're having dialogues, like I think the writing is very interesting. This is your first Hindi film,
Yes,
from what I understand.
it is.
She's a big star down south in Malayalam cinema especially, and movies like Charlie and her own films on her own esteem, I've been told that they do excellent as far as box office is concerned. When you're hearing dialogues like latte leke aana or latte leke mat aana, so that entire pun that is being played upon, you enjoy such humor?
I do.
Right.
I do. I was in for a treat after meeting Irrfan ji. It was like, he's so good with his, of course, he's very well read, and be it Hindi, English, and he's, that really gives a lot of power for improvisation. And you never know what he's going to pitch him. And there are times when I may not follow an Urdu word,
Right.
and we've really played that along for my character too, that or she would change the syllables. It's because she can't understand and follow. It's very close to where I come from too. So it was organically hilarious for us to go through those improvisations, whatever he would add.
Sure.
Apart from that, the writing itself was smart and clever and minimalist. It wasn't, it's a movie with just 2 people, and
Right.
there can be a lot of talking, and it can be very tiring.
Right.
So we need to really filter it down into being precise and to the point,
Right.
but at the same time have fun with it.
Absolutely.
So I think it was great for me as a non-Hindi speaker to have somebody like Irrfan.
But your Hindi is good. फिर भी और भी limited है तुम्हारी.
Limited है क्या वो?
तो नहीं है,
अच्छा,
अच्छी है.
his
Yeah,
Hindi is
he's
there.
there, yeah.
That's because I studied in a Hindi medium, English medium school. It was Kendriya Vidyalaya.
Right.
So all my friends were Northeast, and it was in an army cantonment area.
Right.
So for like at least till the age of 17, I had friends with whom I'd speak Hindi on a day-to-day basis and English.
Right, right.
So I can switch, but after that obviously practice नहीं रहता है, तो mother tongue influence थोड़ा आ जाता है. Like,
No, but आप हिंदी साफ बोलते हैं, आपका एक्सेंटेड नहीं है,
नहीं।
accented उतना नहीं है.
साउथ इंडियंस का जैसे
Yeah.
एक्सेंटेड हिंदी होता है,
हाँ,
वैसे
हाँ,
आपका नहीं है.
लेकिन हो जाता है वो wrong stress in the wrong syllable happens.
Okay.
It's like kudo
जैसे,
and khudo, and
Okay.
या मैंने
bhed becomes
केदी.
bhed and all. Khedi.
Okay.
That I may not be able to judge quickly.
Right.
So is that for this movie they told me that I did not really require a dialect coach, and that's true. I have the best masters of the language with me. I have Irrfan, I have Tanuja, I have Ghazal. They're also good with language itself.
Absolutely.
Utmost respect that they give the language, so I could totally depend on them to correct it when required.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's in
And
good
we
hands.
wanted this color of Malayalam little bit.
That's
It's
important.
added a
Depends,
lot.
Considering
yeah,
that
yeah.
she is from South.
Yeah.
We have this segment, so we just call Qarib, but still so far. So we have these situations where like you're Qarib, but still there's something that takes you away. So how will you possibly react in these situations? And if you want to bring in some humor, which is like your trademark stuff, and yours as well, that'll be wonderful. You have managed to strike up a conversation with a girl on Tinder. She seems interested. Finally, both of you meet in a mall. She demands that you take her to a restaurant serving sushi. You don't even know what sushi is and which restaurant serves it.
So maybe I'll confuse it with a साड़ी shop something. So मुझे लग रहा है कोई साड़ी होगी शायद जो बनारसी टाइप कुछ होगी. ऐसे sushi कोई shawl होगा शायद.
Right. But this is not sushi, honey. This is not sushi.
Sushi मतलब क्या कोई मतलब maybe
Sushi is fish.
Fish?
Yeah.
अरे वो ठीक से नहीं पता आपको कि sushi का Irrfan. You
नहीं तो,
are an international person.
No,
you
but
know what
in the
it is.
character,
character
doesn't.
He doesn't know.
Character.
Yeah.
So you'll ask her.
So तो maybe मैं उसको आइसक्रीम खिलाने ले जाऊँगा. आइसक्रीम में होता है कोई sushi.
No, but darling, if you don't know what sushi is, we are not on.
So I'll learn, what sushi
We
is.
don't
Tell
have time.
me.
We are on Tinder. We are not like on a matrimonial.
Swift.
So I'll compensate. Don't worry.
You know.
You will love me. You can take me as sushi.
Oh
No
God.
sushi, no me.
I'm sushi.
No sushi,
Ow.
no me. No sushi, no.
Know me.
Your date in this plush restaurant is going great. Your date in this plush restaurant is going great. The bill arrives. The guy insists that he'll only pay the 18% GST amount while you have to pay the rest. He'll pay for the
Ouch.
GST. GST भी कम नहीं है.
कम नहीं है, बिल्कुल नहीं है.
हाँ.
Income tax department से.
हाँ.
GST tax.
GST मैं दूंगा. In fact, I think that will be a heart winner at this point. मुझे लगेगा कि अच्छा next step लेके चलते हैं इस रिलेशनशिप को. मैं तो बोलूँगी ये बड़ी कमाल की बात कही है आपने, क्योंकि GST जो है अभी बहुत अनफेयर है, भारी है लोगों पे. तो थैंक यू वेरी मच. लेट्स टेक द रिलेशनशिप फॉरवर्ड. आई से आई थिंक दैट विल बी अ वेरी चार्मिंग क्वालिटी फॉर मी.
आप कार्ड से पे करना चाहेंगी? बिकॉज मेरे पास कैश होगा 18% GST के लिए.
मैं बोलूँगा बच्चा मैं पूरा दे देती हूँ, आप रिलैक्स.
नहीं, GST तो मैं दूंगा.
आई विल बाय हिम अ ड्रिंक.
नहीं, GST तो मैं
नहीं, मैं मतलब मैं ड्रिंक दे देती
हाँ
हूँ,
जी.
पूरा मैं ही पे कर लेती हूँ, तो इतना मत सोचो बच्चा.
नहीं, देखिए ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज वी वांट टू बी फेयर. सम हैज टू बी लाइक.
ओह, ही इज अ फेमिनिस्ट.
हाँ, ही इज अ फेमिनिस्ट ऑब्वियसली.
अरे अच्छा ठीक है, जो आपको कंफर्टेबल लगे वो आप पे कीजिए, मैं बोलूँगी.
ठीक है ना. तो आप जैसे पे करना चाहिए आप करिए. मैं कैश में पे कर दूंगा 18% GST.
कैश में GST पे करें.
मैं उठूंगी.
हाँ जी.
1 मिनट बाथरूम होके आई बोलूंगी, वैसे ही कट लूंगी.
We appreciate that.
We do.
Yeah, that
We
would be
appreciate
It's
that.
too much mathematics for me to handle.
Exactly. The idea is to get that reaction actually,
Yeah.
because that makes it more interesting
Yeah.
on camera. You realize that the girl with you on the date is fun, but the fun gets interrupted as she goes to the loo 4 times in an hour.
Okay.
At first you let it pass, but then you ask her the reason. She justifies that she had spicy kebabs just a few hours ago and it's causing her trouble. So how do you deal with her worries that she's having right now? लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि
Gentleman,
कबाब
yeah.
खाने नहीं चाहिए थे.
हैं?
कबाब खाने ही नहीं चाहिए थे.
अब तो खा लिया उसका क्या?
He's
नहीं,
playing the camera.
कबाब खाने नहीं चाहिए थे. अब आप करिए. नहीं, कबाब बिल्कुल नहीं खाने चाहिए थे. कबाब खाए क्यों? कौन से कबाब खाए?
हाँ, कबाब खाने की जरूरत क्या थी? और maybe we'll start discussing what's happening in the toilet. Like
Ouch.
What is the intensity and
Oh my God.
Like Piku types?
Oh yeah, sure.
wow.
So
I didn't see that coming at all.
So we can have fun on that.
Okay.
If she's game, so we can continue the fun. Although it could have a different subject now.
Right.
Then वहाँ से turn करके वापस we can.
So we're getting into emotions now.
Yeah,
Actually.
emotions.
Emotional.
We could
Emotions,
get into
emotional
emotions and we
more.
can discuss that. And if the fun continues.
Emotion से emotion है.
Yeah. If the fun continues, then we will fly from there.
Fly from there. Okay. So that was pretty interesting. Emotion से emotion. The lady looks cute and gorgeous in a WhatsApp DP. She is interested in you and you can't believe your luck.
Right.
You go to meet her, but you are shocked that the lady is actually around 55 years old and that she used a younger girl's DP to tempt you into meeting her. So how will you deal with this?
See, if I was really tempted, if I was really attracted to that girl, and if the setback is too big, then I'll say I'm not that person.
But she knows you.
Oh, she knows me.
She knows you. And and she knows you, and she has been nursing her love for you since the college days.
Oh, so we'll have coffee.
And she is heartbroken कि अगर आपने उसको मना कर दिया तो फिर ये है कि that she'll be heartbroken.
So what I'll do, I'll have coffee, and I'll you know, if it's a good restaurant, I'll ask for a good dinner and everything, and you know, after some time I'll tell her that, you know, how much I earn, and I'm well-to-do person, and I love you, and I'm really, you know, I'm fascinated by you, and I see your lie is so innocent that I'm falling for you. That girl was just a face and just glamour, but you are the real person, and I'll let her know that I have AIDS.
Oh my God, that's mean.
See, actually, you know, since now that you've told that, so even I'm having AIDS.
Oh God.
So you know, since you are single, so why don't we mingle?
Oh yes, we'll.
Why don't we?
Somehow he's
Yeah.
getting so much into character, it's kind of creepy.
It's
When
not.
you're saying let's mingle,
Yeah.
नहीं,
you're literally pulling it off.
करीब
quite
करीब
well.
single.
I get it.
मैं तो आपकी पिक्चर प्रमोट कर रहा हूँ.
अच्छा, अच्छी बात है. अब you're being very honest.
I'll tell her.
बहुत जज्बात में देखिए, बहुत सीरियस सिचुएशन है.
हाँ,
It's
बहुत
looking
serious
funny,
है. I'm
but
so sorry.
I'll tell her कि आपको सिर्फ AIDS ही है.
हाँ जी.
और क्या है?
Yes, I'm not impressed.
और भी लिस्ट है.
मोहब्बत में मुझे सब बर्दाश्त, सब मंजूर है. आप तो बताइए आपको क्या क्या.
All's fair in love and war.
मोहब्बत में सब मंजूर है. आप मुझे बताइए आपको क्या क्या. मैं सब जो है एक्सेप्ट कर लूंगी.
हाँ, तो फिर हम काम करेंगे दूसरे दिन हॉस्पिटल में.
अच्छा. Next
Let's
thing.
go and confirm यार, तुम्हें क्या, मुझे भी है यार, तुम्हें भी है.
That's the
दीदी,
point
अच्छा?
of connection.
हाँ.
Right.
चलो कल टेस्ट करवाते हैं यार, क्या किसको ज्यादा है किसको कम
I
है.
don't think I can top this.
Ever. No. We'll give you proper moment to do that. I think
Yes.
the next one is definitely it will just provoke you into that actually. So Parvathy ji, you meet this guy at a social gathering and both hit it off. He asks you out for a date and you agree. He asks you where you'd like to go and you suggest a salad restaurant. To which he says, "Ew, who eats ghas phoos? Butter chicken खाते हैं, लस्सी वस्सी पीते हैं." Apparently you are a vegan.
I am.
हाँ जी. So how will you react? This is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. मतलब
Yeah.
कोई ऐसे कहता है कि that butter chicken खाते हैं.
मैं लेके जाऊंगी उनको एक
हाँ जी.
अच्छे वाले रेस्टोरेंट.
Salad restaurant.
नहीं, एक दूसरे रेस्टोरेंट लेके जाऊंगी.
हाँ जी.
उनको पेश करूंगी बटर चिकन and all those things. There's only when he bites he'll realize it's all soy butter chickens.
Soy butter chicken.
That's vegan's best
That's
comeback.
your
Yeah, we've made
revenge.
such things actually. एक फिल्म में ऐसा था कि मुझे फिश खाना था
हाँ जी.
and I had to eat it, but I don't eat fish. So they had to make the fish. The art department and the production team got together and they made the fish out of soy.
Right.
So it literally looks like a fish fry, curry mean, pull each other
curry
type,
mean,
you know.
Oh, okay.
But it looks like that. So I'll probably take him there and that would be my revenge.
That
Everything made of soy, algae, and all of those things.
That is very innovative. That's like very innovative
I've
actually.
done that.
You
So
have done
I
that.
feel
I'm sure that you have. I'm sure that
soy
you have.
sausages for you.
Soy sausages. That's wonderful. So thank you very much. I think that was wonderful.
you.
I think segment. We've had, I think, a very strange sort of situation in Marcel recently in down south, when all sorts of objections were raised because of certain dialogues of Vijay, and then his religion came into the picture, and all those things happened. Do you find it a bit distasteful? That's something with that, be it Rajnikant sahab, be it Kamal Hassan, everyone has come out in support of the film.
Yeah, I think there's
Even
a
the Madras High
kind of
Court.
thing where now, you know, anything is becoming an issue, and it's like you feel like you have to be on some side or the other,
Right.
which is not a very, very interesting situation, and you know, the whole world is becoming like that. But I think it's a transition phase. It's internet, you know, it's like, you know, how you react to internet. It's a strange kind of peak which is happening all over the world. It will settle down. I hope so. Yeah.
What is your opinion? Because generally we've known that Malayalam cinema, or Malayalam in general, is like a very, very evolved sort of language and society and people as well. Do you find it a bit strange that when art has to be censored the way it is?
I do feel art has to be, I mean, art shouldn't be censored for sure, but the artists who are making, or they should claim responsibility for the fact that they are feeding the psyche of billions of people. So it's not that they shouldn't do it, but when they do it, claim responsibility and say that, okay, this is why we did it. Have a reason for doing it other than getting numbers into your box office. That's all I have to say. I mean, there are a lot of films that have come out where it's just basic decency to not make fun of people who are disabled or people who are,
absolutely,
just that, using that to make money is just plain disrespect.
No,
so those are the kind of things I would like to see them censoring themselves with.
Absolutely.
So just sort of asking yourself question, what does it matter? Like a 100 crore film matters, or a 300 crore film matters, or just cultivating good habits for the society? Because it's art at the end of the day. 2.5 hours you're sitting inside a theater. You're going to be brainwashed into believing that's a normal thing to do. Stalking is okay, this is okay, that's okay, talking to a person like this is okay. I get affected. I mean, come on, I'm a product of all the movies I've seen. I allow my psyche to be influenced by art, be it books, be it music, be it dance. So all I'm saying is that when you go ahead and do something, just stand up and take responsibility what you've done and have a reason for it. It's the denial that puts me off when artists and filmmakers don't take it up and they go into this defensive zone. But at the same time, I don't believe a censor board and a censorship by like 10 people sitting there and saying ye nahi hona chahiye. I don't agree to that.
No, my question primarily is pertaining to the social, say Mercel for the matter, and the fact that in US or for any of the countries, there are so many things that you can say. Most of the films they make like a really strong political comment, and even in terms of like say like a spotlight, they manage to say what they manage to say. I'm saying primarily from that context, that if something is if it is legitimate, if it is fact based, and if they are trying to say it, and to say that you cannot say that, and that is something which is a bit odd.
It's not just odd, it's wrong. It's the fact that we live in a country where sadly religious fanaticism in politics is huge. No matter where you go, you have influencers coming from religious fanaticism. That's what stops everyone into ye nahi kehna chahiye. We may lose control over people's way of believing things.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. I mean, evolving people and giving them all kinds of freedom is kind of scary for certain sects of people, especially if they have power. So I think it's a power mania that's happening in such censorship, which is what I think as artists we are all revolting against, and we'd keep doing that.
Fantastic. So lovely talking to you guys, and
Thank you.
All the best wishes for Qarib Singlle, and looking forward to watching it with people, and we hope that it's a huge success. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
दिखाते हैं जल्दी आपको.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's all we have from BollywoodHungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is Parvathy
And I'm Irrfan, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama
with Faridun.